Hello and welcome to Sean McFadden's I Don't Get It. I once again am Sean McFadden, and of course, I still don't get it. Okay, so let's once again have a little chat about racism. Okay. Recently in Georgia, a young black man was murdered while jogging. And I say murdered because that's what it was. For the crime of JWB, jogging while black. See, they're saying that there was a string of break-ins in the area and he was coming from a construction site. Like everybody else on the videos of people coming from the construction site, including a bunch of white people, a bunch of kids, you know. But no, it's the black guy. They actually hunted this man down. They could have very simply just called the police and said, hey, this guy's suspicious, come pick him up. He wasn't armed. He wasn't on drugs. He wasn't drunk. Just jogging. So they actually hunted this guy down, tried to block him off with their vehicle, and he kept jogging. Because what else do you do when two white guys come at you with fucking guns? I know I wouldn't be fucking sticking around. Pardon my language, but this really pisses me off. They're claiming self-defense and protecting themselves and all that sort of shit. Bullshit. Not armed at all. Jogging. Two guys in a pickup truck with weapons. That's not self-defense. That's not trying to make a citizen's arrest. That's hunting a black guy. Period. Now, I'm once going to try and explain to, shall we say, people of my race, because that term's fucking bullshit anyway. That the color of someone's skin does not determine what they are and what they do. Okay? There is one fucking race on this planet. One. The human race. You see? If a black man or lady needs a blood transfusion and they're the same blood type as me, I can give them blood. Vice versa. If I need blood and they're the same blood type, they can give me blood. If we were different races, they wouldn't be able to do that. You know, it's not like you're wandering around and you've got a problem with the fucking Andorians and the fucking Romulans. Or the Wookiees or fucking whatever else you want to talk about. No, those are different races. We are human beings. The human race. I cannot wrap my fucking mind around people who think that, oh, well, I have this skin tone, so that makes me better than somebody else. Bullshit. Absolute and utter bullshit. You see, what we are is not different races. We're different ethnicities. You see, I am a Canadian of Scottish descent. My daughter is a Canadian of Scottish ancestry. My son is a Canadian of Scottish ancestry. Why do I say that? Quite simple. My father was born in Scotland. He immigrated to Canada. Thus, he was a Scottish Canadian. I am a first-generation Canadian. Thus, I am a Canadian of Scottish descent. My father was Scottish. I was born here, Canadian, Scottish descent. My daughter has a father of Scottish descent. She is a Canadian of Scottish ancestry because her grandfather came from Scotland. Are we following along here? Pretty fucking simple. You see, a lot of people might scream and yell about this, but I don't buy the whole African American thing. Unless, of course, you immigrated from Africa to America. Then you're an African American. If you were born in America, you are an American of African descent. Following along? Good. So all you white folks out there that are Americans, you're Americans. All the black folks out there that are Americans, they're Americans. You're all fucking Americans. White, black, brown, whatever. And that's the other thing I don't get. The whole white-black thing. Okay? I'm supposed to be a white guy. Okay? Funny, I look kind of beigey pink to me. But, you know, rock on. And I have never in my life met a black person. I've met several brown people. But you see, these here pants that I'm wearing, they're black. I have never met a human being that color. Like I said, I've met plenty of brown people. And realistically, what fucking difference does skin tone make anyway? It does not make a person. If you can actually manage to look down on somebody because of their color of skin, go fuck yourself. Racism is the most fucking pointless thing on this fucking planet. Because there's one fucking race here. The human race. All it boils down to is some people tan better than others. Because their ancestors had a lot more sun exposure than my ancestors. Ooh. Skin tone does not equate to intelligence. Skin tone does not equate to skill. Skin tone does not equate to fucking knowledge. Skin tone does not equate to anything but what fucking color you are. It's fucking pointless. It's like the other stupid term that people throw around, reverse racism. Okay, so if somebody doesn't like me because I'm white, that's reverse racism. No, that's racism. You see, you don't like somebody because of the color of their skin. That's what we call racism. Because reverse racism, isn't that where you would like want to hang out with people that were a different skin color than you because you think they're really cool? Because that would be reverse racism. That would be, you know, that person's really cool because their skin tone's different than mine. That would be the reverse of racism. Because, you know, here's a fun little experiment you can try. If you have any quote-unquote black friends, okay? Take your black friend and go to a store. Now, the white folks that can do this, you can pretty much dress like a fucking hobo. And if you walk in with a black person, security won't look at you. Okay? They'll watch them like a hawk. But no. We got way bigger fish to fry on this fucking planet than what color somebody is. It's fucking stupid. It is the most pointless waste of time I have ever encountered. And it makes no fucking sense. I don't get it. I do not understand how you can look at somebody and based solely on their skin tone, figure out whether or not they're a decent human being. Boggles my fucking mind. I will never understand it. You know, I've heard people complaining about people saying things about white privilege. Well, it's a pretty simple thing to figure out, okay? Given the going shopping example. Because let's face it, when I roll out of work in the morning, okay? Because, you know, I'm a worker job guy. I look pretty much like a fucking meth dealer. You know, I'm kind of scruffy looking. You know, baggy shirts, stuff like that. Bad teeth. You know, I kind of look like I can cook some meth. And I could walk into any store on the planet. Well, any store in North America, really. With my doctor, who happens to be Nigerian. And who's security going to watch? Me or the doctor? They're going to watch the doctor. That's white privilege. I can walk into a place looking like a complete dirtbag and not get a second glance from security if there's a black guy there. That's white privilege. If I get pulled over by a cop, I have absolutely no worries about the cop pulling their gun. Because they probably won't, because I'm a white guy. How many black people are murdered or killed, if you, whatever term you want to use? Usually it's murder, but hey, what do I know? The odds of me being shot by the cops at a traffic stop, very, 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 very low. The odds of a black person being shot at a traffic stop, a lot higher. White privilege. But back to the whole color thing, because it makes no fucking sense to me. Okay? Never met a white guy. Well, I've seen a white guy once. There was an albino on the bus once. Because that's white. That's a complete lack of pigment. Never met a black guy. Met plenty of brown guys. Met plenty of brown women. You know, I've never met a black person. I've never met anybody yellow. I've never met anybody red. So yeah. Racism is really fucking stupid. Because there's one race on this planet. I say again. There is one race on this planet. The human race. And when everybody figures that shit out, maybe we can actually get some real shit done. But yeah. Makes no bloody sense. And I don't get it. But if somebody can actually explain that to me, and I mean actually explain it, not give it the Klan excuse or the, you know, Sons of Odin excuse or the any other white supremacy group around, or the Black Panther reasoning, because I refer to the Black Panthers as the Black KKK actually. Because look at their ideology. You're not black, so fuck you. Which is absolutely no different than the KKK going, you're not white, fuck you. Pretty basic shit, kids. Because the world is a real simple thing to figure out. Talk to somebody for 10 minutes. Because I have done this with people of my own race. You're talking to somebody you think they're pretty cool, and then they come up with one of those wonderful statements like, those people. Why are they hiring so many of those people? You know, why are all those people coming to our country? Yeah, well, first of all, not really our country. Because let's not forget genocide. And that's the other thing that I don't get, okay? Yes, natives were horribly treated and still are, to this day, horribly fucking treated. I didn't do it. I hate it, and I fight it with everything that I've got, but, you know, I'm one guy, and I'm not responsible for it. And my ancestors are not responsible for it, because my ancestors got here after World War II. You see, my father is what I've always liked to refer to as quietly racist. Now here, let me explain this to you, because, you know, it's fucked, but it's my old man, who is long in the ground. See, my father did not associate with anybody that was not the same skin tone as him. Didn't sit there telling all the off-color jokes, didn't sit there and, you know, slag people because of their skin tone, just didn't associate with them. So we sit at the kitchen table one day with a buddy of his, old army buddy, and his buddy's, you know, making with all the ethnic jokes, and my dad's just sitting there drinking, not laughing, not joining in. And then this friend of my father's comes out with that classic Canadian joke, how do you starve an Indian? The punchline to that is, of course, hide his welfare check under his work boots. And my quietly racist father went over the table at his friend, slapped him around a bit, and said, if I ever hear you talk like that about a native again, I'll fucking kill you. The third time in my life I had ever, at that point, ever heard my father use the F word. All of them ended in epic violence. Not a big fan of the word. So to his buddy's shock and dismay, because he's like, what did I do? What did I do? What did I do? And my father said, many, 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 many years ago, the English came to Scotland, tried to ban our language, tried to ban our kilts, tried to ban our whiskey, tried to ban this, tried to ban that. And then the English came to Canada and did the same fucking thing to the natives. And you're expecting me to sit here and laugh and chuckle because they did the same thing to these people that they did to my people? Get out of my house. One of the few times I can actually honestly say I was very impressed with my father. But racism makes no fucking sense. As I have said, there is one race on this planet. That is the human race. There are different ethnic groups. Scottish, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, etc., etc. Russians, you know, people from Norway. Skin tone is meaningless. And to all of you chuckleheads and knuckle-dragging Neanderfucks out there that are going to say, well, you just don't have any pride in your race. I have a lot of pride in my race, actually. I have a great deal of pride in a number of people in my race. I think that Patrick Stewart is an excellent actor. David Bowie was a phenomenal performer. Morgan Freeman, awesome actor. Samuel L. Jackson, awesome actor. Spike Lee, awesome director. See, these are all people that are in my race. Because they're all human. Funny how that works, huh? But yeah, I don't get it. So if somebody can actually logically explain this shit to me, by all means, feel free. But I highly doubt that you're going to be able to. Because it makes no sense. Skin tone equates to fuck all. And I really wish the rest of the world would get the fucking hang of that. Because it makes no sense. You want to end racism? We can end it right now. Just adopt this simple philosophy. There is one race on this planet, and that is the human race. And as soon as everybody can figure that out, we can start working on some real problems. But sadly, I'm never going to see it. I will never live long enough for everybody to realize that we're all just people. And it's just skin tone. Because we all bleed red. I don't get it. Talk to you later.